Your soulmate just broke down in front of their brother, accepted this shocking. My beloved child. Don't skip, because what you are about to hear is connected to a moment that almost nobody was ever supposed to witness. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate spent so long pretending to be strong that everyone around them believed they had completely moved on. They smiled when people expected them to smile. They changed the subject whenever your name appeared. They convinced friends that the story between you was over. But late last night, something unexpected happened. Their brother noticed the silence, noticed the restless eyes, noticed that every answer sounded forced. One simple question shattered the wall your soulmate had spent months building. Are you really okay? Those words hit harder than anyone imagined. For several seconds they couldn't answer. Their hands started shaking. Their breathing changed. Then every emotion they had buried rushed to the surface all at once. They admitted they were exhausted from pretending. They confessed they were still thinking about someone every single day, and that someone was you. Their brother stood there in complete disbelief because he had never seen them like this before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because what happened next changed everything between them forever. The room became completely silent. There were no distractions, no excuses, nowhere left to hide. Their brother quietly asked the question nobody else had ever dared to ask. If you still care this much, why haven't you reached out? Your soulmate looked down and whispered something so unexpected that even their own brother couldn't believe it. They admitted they were terrified. Not of rejection, but of discovering that you had finally stopped waiting. They confessed they replay conversations with you in their mind almost every night, wondering if one different decision could have changed everything. They admitted they still imagine receiving a message from you, even though they tell everyone they've accepted the past. That confession changed the atmosphere instantly. Their brother realized this wasn't a temporary feeling. It wasn't loneliness. It wasn't guilt. It was something much deeper that had quietly followed them every single day. Then came another shocking revelation. Your soulmate admitted there was one secret they had never shared with anyone. They had been checking for signs connected to you far more often than anyone realized, hoping that somehow life would give them one unmistakable reason to return. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and this is only the beginning of what was finally revealed. Then their brother leaned forward and said something that completely stopped your soulmate in their tracks. He told them that running away had never erased their feelings, it had only made them heavier. He reminded them that silence creates more distance than honesty ever could. Those words struck deeper than expected. For the first time in a very long time, your soulmate stopped defending their decisions and simply admitted the truth. They said they were tired of carrying unanswered questions, tired of pretending they didn't care, tired of wondering whether fate had already given them every chance they ignored. Their brother didn't laugh. He didn't judge. Instead, he looked directly at them and said, "If this person still matters enough to make you break down today, then your story isn't finished." The moment those words were spoken, something inside your soulmate shifted. The fear that had controlled them for so long suddenly felt smaller than the possibility of losing you forever. They quietly made a decision they had been avoiding for longer than anyone knew. They weren't ready to tell the whole world, but they were finally ready to stop hiding from the truth. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the decision they made after this emotional breakdown is far bigger than anyone in that room could have imagined, and what happens next will leave everyone completely speechless. A new silence settled over the room, but this time it wasn't filled with fear, it was filled with anticipation. Your soulmate's brother looked at them carefully and realized that this wasn't just another emotional moment that would disappear by morning. Something had genuinely changed inside them. Your soulmate slowly admitted there was one thing they had hidden from absolutely everyone. They had already written a message to you more than once, then erased it every single time before pressing send. They confessed they had opened your conversation countless times, stared at your name, imagined every possible outcome, and then closed the screen because doubt always won at the last second. Their brother couldn't believe what he was hearing. He finally understood that your soulmate wasn't trying to forget you at all, they had been fighting a battle with themselves every single day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next confession revealed the real reason they kept disappearing whenever they felt closest to reaching out. Your soulmate took a deep breath and revealed that every time they thought about contacting you, one question echoed in their mind. What if I've already hurt them too much? That fear became so powerful that it convinced them silence was somehow safer than honesty. But their brother immediately challenged that belief. He calmly said, "Silence doesn't protect people. It only leaves them with questions." Those words hit harder than anything else that had been said that night. Your soulmate's eyes filled with emotion again as they admitted they had imagined a future with you more times than they could count, yet they had allowed fear to control every decision. Their brother then made an unexpected suggestion. He told them that if destiny had kept your memory alive for this long, maybe it wasn't asking them to forget, it was asking them to finally be brave. For several long moments, nobody spoke. The room felt different, as if everything was leading toward one unavoidable choice. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Without saying another word, your soulmate reached for their phone again. This time, their hands were steady. They unlocked the screen, opened your conversation, and stared at it longer than ever before. Their brother watched quietly, refusing to interrupt. The hesitation that had ruled your soulmate for so long began to fade, replaced by a determination nobody had seen before. They whispered that they were done letting fear make decisions for them. They admitted they didn't know how you would respond, but they knew they could no longer live with endless what-ifs. Their thumb slowly moved toward the keyboard as if the first honest words were finally ready to be written. Their brother smiled. Not because he knew what would happen next, but because he could finally see hope replacing regret. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the very first words your soulmate is about to type could change the direction of both your lives forever. For several long seconds, your soulmate didn't type a single word. The screen remained open, your name glowing in front of them like a door they had been afraid to walk through for far too long. Their brother quietly asked, "What's stopping you now?" Your soulmate whispered something that nobody expected to hear. They admitted it wasn't the message that scared them anymore, it was the possibility that your heart had changed while they were waiting for the courage to return. That confession hung in the air like a secret finally set free. Their brother gently reminded them that assumptions had already stolen enough time. Waiting for perfect certainty had only created more distance. Your soulmate slowly nodded, realizing that every day they remained silent was another day fear kept winning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next few moments uncovered a truth they had hidden even from themselves. Without warning, your soulmate opened a private folder on their phone. Their brother was stunned. Inside were old screenshots, meaningful conversations, special dates, and little memories they had never deleted. Every picture carried a story. Every saved message reminded them of a moment they couldn't replace. Their brother looked at them in disbelief and quietly asked, "If you kept all of this, why did you keep telling everyone you had moved on?" Your soulmate lowered their head and finally answered with complete honesty. "Because pretending was easier than explaining why I never stopped caring." Those words changed everything. Their brother realized your soulmate hadn't been holding on to the past. They had been protecting a future they secretly hoped still existed. Something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip, because the biggest revelation of the night was still waiting to be spoken. Then their brother stood up, placed a hand on your soulmate's shoulder, and said one sentence that completely shifted the direction of the night. If your heart is still choosing the same person after everything you've been through, maybe that's the answer you've been searching for all along. Your soulmate closed their eyes for a moment, took one slow breath, and smiled for the first time without forcing it. The fear hadn't completely disappeared, but it no longer controlled them. They opened your conversation once again, placed their fingers on the keyboard, and this time they didn't pull away. A decision had finally been made. The silence that once separated two hearts was about to be broken. But just as they prepared to send the first honest words, something completely unexpected appeared on the screen, something neither your soulmate nor their brother saw coming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because that unexpected moment is about to change everything in a way nobody could have predicted. The instant that unexpected notification appeared, your soulmate froze. Their brother leaned closer, trying to understand why every bit of color had disappeared from their face. It wasn't just another ordinary alert. It was something that instantly reminded your soulmate of a promise they once made but never fulfilled. For a few long seconds, nobody spoke. The room felt unbelievably still. Then your soulmate quietly admitted, "Maybe this isn't a coincidence." Their brother looked straight into their eyes and replied, "Then stop treating it like one." Those words broke the final wall of hesitation. Every excuse that had once sounded convincing suddenly felt empty. Your soulmate realized they had spent far too much time waiting for the perfect moment, when the only moment that truly mattered was the one right in front of them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because what happened next proved that some opportunities only appear once. Your soulmate unlocked every emotion they had been hiding. They admitted they were no longer interested in protecting their pride if it meant losing someone who still occupied every quiet moment of their heart. Their brother listened carefully as confession after confession poured out without interruption. They spoke about the nights they couldn't sleep, the songs they immediately skipped because they reminded them of you, the places they avoided because memories felt too real, and the future they secretly imagined but never had the courage to chase. Their brother smiled gently and said, "You're finally telling the truth instead of telling a story." That sentence echoed through the room. Your soulmate nodded, realizing that honesty felt lighter than pretending ever did. Something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip, because the decision they were about to make would leave no room for turning back. With a calm expression that hadn't been there before, your soulmate lifted the phone one final time. This wasn't another practice attempt or another message that would be erased before anyone could read it. Their brother watched silently as determination replaced fear. Your soulmate whispered, "No matter what happens next, I don't want my silence to be the reason this story ends." Those words carried more courage than anything they had said all night. Their thumb slowly moved toward the send button, and for the first time, it didn't stop halfway. The message was complete. The choice had been made. There was no more hiding, no more pretending, and no more running from what their heart had accepted. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the response that follows this message will reveal a truth your soulmate has been longing to hear for longer than anyone realizes. The message was gone. It had finally been sent. For a brief moment, your soulmate simply stared at the screen, almost unable to believe they had done the one thing fear had stopped them from doing for so long. Their brother didn't say a word. He knew this was no longer about courage, it was about waiting for the truth. Every second felt heavier than the last. Your soulmate tried to stay calm, but their heartbeat refused to slow down. They wondered if you would ignore it, if you would read it and stay silent, or if this single message had arrived at exactly the right moment. Then something unexpected happened. The phone lit up much sooner than either of them imagined. Your soulmate's eyes widened instantly. They hadn't even prepared themselves for the possibility of a quick response. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because what appeared on that screen changed the entire atmosphere in the room. Your soulmate hesitated before opening the reply. Their brother could see the nervousness and quietly reminded them that the hardest step had already been taken. With one deep breath, your soulmate tapped the notification. The message wasn't long, but every word carried more meaning than they expected. Instead of anger, there was honesty. Instead of blame, there was understanding. Instead of closing the door, there was a feeling that it had never been completely locked. Your soulmate couldn't speak. They kept reading the same lines again and again, making sure they hadn't misunderstood. Their brother noticed something he hadn't seen in months, a genuine look of hope. The weight that had been sitting on your soulmate's shoulders began to disappear, replaced by a quiet belief that maybe this story had never truly ended. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because one final truth was still about to surface. Your soulmate slowly looked toward their brother and whispered, "I almost let fear steal everything." Their brother smiled and answered, "Fear only wins when you stop moving." Those words settled deep in your soulmate's heart. They realized that one honest decision had achieved what months of silence never could. But before they could even process everything that had just happened, another notification appeared on the screen. This one wasn't expected by anyone. It hinted that an even more important conversation was about to begin, one capable of answering questions both of you had carried for far too long. Your soulmate's expression changed once again, not with fear this time, but with quiet determination. They knew there was no turning back now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next conversation will uncover a hidden truth that has been waiting in silence all along. A quiet excitement filled the room as your soulmate opened the new notification. Their brother noticed that this wasn't the same nervous person who had broken down only a short while ago. Something inside them had changed completely. The message contained just enough to make their heart race. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't complicated. But it confirmed one thing your soulmate had secretly hoped for, that this conversation wasn't ending after a single exchange. They whispered, "Maybe I wasn't too late after all." Their brother smiled, knowing those words carried more relief than anyone could measure. For the first time in a long while, your soulmate stopped looking backward and started imagining what could still be ahead. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next decision would determine whether this connection became stronger than ever before. As the conversation continued, your soulmate found themselves saying things they had hidden for far too long. There were no rehearsed lines and no perfect speeches, only honesty. They admitted they had spent countless days wondering how life might have been different if fear had never stood between two hearts. Every message they received gave them a little more confidence, replacing old doubts with new hope. Their brother quietly listened from across the room, realizing that this wasn't just a conversation between two people. It was the beginning of healing that had been delayed for far too long. Then your soulmate made another surprising confession. They admitted they had almost given up completely just before this unforgettable night, believing the chance had disappeared forever. Yet everything changed because they finally chose courage over silence. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the biggest surprise had not even arrived yet. Then your soulmate placed the phone down for a moment, looked directly at their brother, and smiled through emotional eyes. "I understand now," they said softly. "The hardest battle was never between us, it was inside me." Their brother nodded, knowing that one honest realization could change an entire future. The fear that once controlled every choice had finally lost its grip. But just as the room became peaceful, the phone vibrated once again. This message wasn't like the others. It carried an invitation that neither of them expected to see tonight, an invitation that could bring two paths together sooner than anyone imagined. Your soulmate stared at the screen in complete disbelief before taking one slow breath. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next moment may become the one both of your hearts have been waiting for all along.